It looked like just another gentle sitcom about family life. But beneath the surface, Butterflies was full of risks, shocks, and secrets that changed British comedy forever. These hidden truths will make you see the bittersweet classic in a whole new way.
It's your dignity. It's your briefcase.
When writer Carla Lane first pitched Butterflies, executives hesitated. They didn't think audiences would want a sitcom about a bored housewife tempted by another man. At the time, most sitcoms focused on slapstick or silly misunderstandings. Lane's idea of mixing humour with sadness felt too unusual. Executives thought the concept might be too depressing for mainstream viewers, but Lane fought for her vision, convinced that reality could be funny and painful at the same time. The show was given a chance as an experiment. Even then, some believed it wouldn't last beyond one season. Instead, it became one of the most talked about comedies of its era. Millions tuned in every week to watch Rhea Parkinson's struggles. The risk of failure gave it an edge from the start. The uncertainty only made the finished product more daring. It proved that sitcoms didn't need to be just jokes. They could reflect life's disappointments as well as its joys. What began as a doubtful gamble turned into a classic. The show's very existence was shocking for its time, and it paved the way for more daring sitcoms to follow. But what happened with the casting nearly changed everything.
All that science, all that research, all those pills.
Adam doesn't seem to think he should.
Adam, now I see, the expert on life.
Lines, glasses, what next, I wonder? My breasts are having a hard time staying in midair.
Wendy Craig was already a respected actress when she was approached. At first, she hesitated to play Rhea Parkinson. The character was complex, restless, and often unhappy. Craig feared audiences wouldn't like her. In most sitcoms, mothers were cheerful and predictable. Rhea was restless, dreamy, and even tempted by infidelity. Craig worried viewers might judge her harshly, but Carla Lane insisted she was perfect for the role. Craig eventually accepted, bringing warmth and depth to Rhea. Her performance made the character sympathetic instead of unlikable. Audiences didn't hate her. They saw themselves in her. Craig admitted later that the part was one of her most challenging. It required her to balance comedy with melancholy in every scene. The role stretched her talent further than any other sitcom had. Her hesitation nearly cost the series its heart. Without Craig, the show might never have worked. Her Rhea was flawed, human, and unforgettable, and she turned a risky role into a career-defining triumph. But her co-stars faced their own shocking challenges.
That's strange.
What's strange?
I think I'm going to turn out a decent lunch.
Oh, good, very good. I pulled one today, too.
Geoffrey Palmer played Rhea's husband Ben with grumpy charm. But at first he didn't want the part. He feared being typecast as yet another boring sitcom husband. Palmer thought Ben might come across as too dull. But Carla Lane explained that Ben was crucial to the tension. His obliviousness made Rhea's yearning more believable. Palmer reluctantly agreed to take the role. Once filming began, his performance struck a perfect balance. Ben was irritating yet lovable, blind to his wife's frustrations. Audiences recognized men like him in their own lives. Palmer gave the character deadpan delivery that became iconic. His chemistry with Wendy Craig made their marriage believable. Their scenes reflected both love and quiet disappointment. The role elevated Palmer's career far beyond expectations. He later admitted he was glad he hadn't walked away. Ben became one of his most memorable roles. The part proved that stillness could be just as powerful as noise. Without Palmer, the marriage at the center of the show might have fallen flat, and his reluctance nearly robbed the show of its core. But what happened behind the scenes shocked even the cast.
Did she say whether it was chocolate or fruit?
Look, it's only a cake. I'm asking you to go in there and get a cake, not defuse a bomb.
I'll make the coffee.
We'll wash up for you. Save a build-up of tablecloths.
Before Butterflies, sitcoms avoided topics like adultery. Marriage was usually shown as stable, if sometimes silly. Carla Lane shattered that illusion with Rhea's temptation. Rhea's longing for Leonard, a man outside her marriage, was shocking. The storyline made audiences deeply uncomfortable. Some critics called it immoral and dangerous for family television. Letters of complaint poured in during the first season. But fans secretly loved the honesty. For the first time, a sitcom admitted marriages could be disappointing. Rhea never actually crossed the line, but the tension was constant. The what if made the series more gripping than slapstick ever could. Viewers debated whether she should stay or leave. Couples at home argued over the storyline. It forced people to confront uncomfortable truths about their own lives. The show turned comedy into a mirror. Lane proved sitcoms could handle serious issues without losing humour. This taboo-breaking element made the show unforgettable, and it changed how sitcoms could deal with relationships. But the backlash didn't stop there. It got even more intense.
Or better still, to discover there's a mistake on my birth certificate and I'm not really as old as I am.
They're actually trying to make me believe that unless I use a certain aftershave, I shall become impotent.
Lane was known for mixing comedy with sadness, but with Butterflies, she went further than ever before. Critics were split. Some praised her brilliance, others called it depressing. Viewers argued in newspapers and living rooms. Was it comedy or was it tragedy? Lane herself said it was life with jokes in it. Her female perspective was groundbreaking in a male-dominated industry. She gave voice to frustrations rarely explored on television. This honesty divided opinion but built loyalty. Millions tuned in because it felt real. The writing sparked debates about women's roles in marriage. Some said Lane was too bleak, others said she was too honest. The controversy only made the show more popular. Lane thrived on stirring uncomfortable emotions. Her scripts walked a fine line between laughter and sadness. The balance was deliberate and daring. It created one of the most unique sitcoms of the era, and it left a mark far beyond its 4 seasons. But what happened with the younger cast members was equally surprising.
Have you seen me gumption?
I only wanted children, not grandchildren.
If you have one, the other tends to follow unless you have them spayed.
Nicholas Lyndhurst played Adam, the younger son. Andrew Hall played Russell, the older brother. Both were relatively unknown when cast. Their sibling rivalry became a fan favourite. Adam's cheekiness and Russell's seriousness created comic contrast. Viewers saw real family dynamics in their constant bickering. Lyndhurst later became a huge star in Only Fools and Horses. Hall built a respected career in theatre and television. Fans loved how the boys reflected changing teenage culture. Their storylines dealt with ambition, rebellion, and frustration. They weren't just background, they had their own arcs. The casting gave the show a generational balance. Younger viewers related to the sons as much as to Rhea. The brothers became symbols of youth clashing with parents. Their success was a surprise even to producers. The chemistry made the family feel authentic. The actors later admitted Butterflies changed their lives. It launched careers while grounding the family dynamic. Without them, the show would have lacked realism. But the way the series ended shocked everyone.
Work and after and work bed, oh yes, bed and work and bed, that is why I read my reward.
And on that same day, Rhea, my grandmother, began to leave my grandfather.
Then what do you mean?
Like you, I don't know.
When the show concluded in 1983, fans expected resolution. Would Rhea finally leave Ben for Leonard? Instead, the finale kept the question unanswered. Rhea stayed, but the tension lingered. Some viewers were furious at the lack of closure. Others praised the ambiguity as realistic. Carla Lane refused to give an easy answer. She wanted audiences to sit with discomfort. The choice made the ending one of the most debated in sitcom history. Critics admired its bravery, but fans were split. Some called it brilliant, others called it cruel. The unresolved ending cemented the show's reputation. It refused to bow to convention. It mirrored real life, where choices aren't always simple. The lack of closure kept people talking for years. It turned Butterflies into more than just a sitcom. It became a cultural conversation piece. The ending shocked, frustrated, and moved audiences all at once, and it ensured the show would never be forgotten. But what happened to its reputation later was just as shocking.
I made them. I followed the recipe very carefully. The only thing is, I didn't have any nuts.
You have been something grave in my life.
I don't want to hear what I've been.
Though rooted in British suburbia, Butterflies found fans overseas. International audiences connected with Rhea's struggles. The bittersweet tone translated across cultures. Foreign broadcasters praised its honesty and subtlety. It became a surprise export success. Viewers abroad saw it as uniquely British, yet universal. Its themes of marriage, temptation, and boredom resonated globally. Wendy Craig became recognised far beyond Britain. Letters from fans overseas shocked the cast. They realised the show had a reach they never expected. Critics in Europe admired its mix of humour and melancholy. In America, it became a cult favourite on public television. The series inspired later international adaptations. Its global success proved its timeless themes. It turned a domestic story into something universal. The reach extended far beyond its original run, and it gave Butterflies an afterlife few predicted. But one last secret about its creator left everyone stunned.
And herbs all acting like you could eat them.
I don't think we should discuss your mother's cooking while she's out. It's like speaking ill of the dead.
You two have got all the vegetables.
Okay, back we go.
Lane wrote many successful sitcoms in her career, but Butterflies became her most personal work. She admitted it was inspired by her own questions about marriage. Rhea's restless energy came directly from Lane's own feelings. This personal connection gave the scripts raw power. She wrote dialogue that felt lived in and authentic. The honesty shocked both fans and critics. Lane later said it was the show she was most proud of. It became a signature of her style. Every episode carried her stamp of wit and melancholy. Her writing inspired a new generation of female creators. She proved sitcoms could deal with serious themes. Her influence stretched far beyond the 1970s. Even decades later, her work was still discussed. Lane's bravery changed what audiences expected from comedy. She showed that laughter and sadness could coexist. Her legacy is inseparable from Butterflies. The series remains her most enduring creation, and it cemented her as one of Britain's greatest sitcom writers. But the final fact proves why Butterflies is unlike any other sitcom.
I will not have my son talk to me like this. This is my house and you will obey my rules.
Keep your lousy house and your lousy rules. I'll go somewhere where I can eat when I want to.
Good time.
Very nice, thank you.
Sure, Papa. Where's Mum?
She's gone shopping.
Oh, yeah, we bought some food.
Before Butterflies, sitcoms were mostly about laughs. They rarely touched on deeper emotions. This show broke that rule completely. It blended comedy with melancholy in every scene. Audiences laughed and cried within the same half hour. The bittersweet tone shocked those expecting light entertainment. It made viewers think about their own lives. Couples saw themselves in Rhea and Ben. Children saw themselves in Adam and Russell. It became a mirror for British families. The show proved sitcoms could explore disappointment and longing. It created a new category, bittersweet comedy. The influence can still be seen in later series, shows that balance humour with sadness owe it a debt. Its courage to be both funny and tragic was revolutionary. It redefined what audiences expected from comedy. The series was never just about jokes, it was about life in all its complexity. And that honesty made it unforgettable. Butterflies changed sitcoms forever.